First from Jammu and Kashmir, after National Conference delegation met Dr. Farooq Abdullah for the first time in Srinagar, a 15-member PDP delegation now has also been permitted to meet their party chief Mehbooba Mufti in Srinagar on Monday. Now this delegation of the PDP will be led by Ved Mahajan and will meet Mehbooba Mufti at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Now remember, Mehbooba Mufti also has been under house arrest at a guest house since Modi government abrogated Article 370 that had granted a special status to J&K. All right, let's get an update from Sunil Ji Bhatt. Sunil, very interesting. So the delegation for PDP now will be meeting tomorrow. How many members? What is expected in this meeting?
Yeah, this is a big reach out bid by the government. They are now trying to reach out to the mainstream politicians of the Kashmir Valley who are under house arrest since August 5, since the abrogation of Article 370. Earlier today, PDP leaders from Jammu region met and they decided to seek permission to visit Srinagar to meet their party chief Mehbooba Mufti. And as soon as they sent a request to the administration, the permission was granted. Now a 15 to 18 member delegation of PDP is going to visit Srinagar tomorrow. They are going to meet Mehbooba Mufti at 11 a.m. And the main issue that is going to be discussed is the Block Development Council elections. Remember, the Election Commission of Jammu and Kashmir has already announced the schedule of these elections. On October 24, elections are going to take place. The last date for filing the nomination papers is October 9. So far, BJP, Panthers Party and Congress have announced that they are going to participate in these elections. But National Conference and PDP, they haven't revealed their cards yet. And that is why today a delegation of National Conference leaders from Jammu region had gone to Srinagar. They met Farooq Abdullah as well as Umar Abdullah. And on similar lines tomorrow, Jammu unit of PDP is going to call on their party chief Mehbooba Mufti in Srinagar tomorrow.
So will NC and PDP participate in block development election? Is this the start of something new? Sunil, thank you so much. Now on the 62nd day of clampdown in the Kashmir Valley, Farooq Abdullah made his first public appearance since August 5 detention. This was important because it was after the Public Safety Act had been invoked against him. Days after Jammu-based mainstream leaders have now started to be released from their house detentions, a 15-member National Conference delegation from Jammu met Party Chief Farooq Abdullah and Vice President Omar Abdullah. Now in this meeting, the National Conference has decided it will not participate yet in the Block Development Council elections scheduled in the last week of October, because till that time their leaders would not have been released from detention. Only after that will they take a decision. The delegation is being led by Jammu NC Chief Devendra Rana. This comes after J&K Governor accepted Rana's appeal to let him meet Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah in Srinagar along with other leaders. Now remember, both Farooq and Omar have been under detention since August 5 when the centre stripped J&K of its special status and is now turning it into a union territory. So while Dr. Farooq Abdullah was slapped with a controversial Public Safety Act, Omar Abdullah remains in a preventive custody.
And we as a party appeal that for the political process to start and the democracy to revive in Jammu and Kashmir, the political detainees anywhere and everywhere, whether from the mainstream political parties or otherwise, who have no criminal record, may be released to initiate the process. There's a complete lockdown. The political mainstream parties, all members are out. If the political process has to start, then these people have to be released.
After the meetings with the former chief ministers by the National Conference delegation, now the party has clearly made it stand on the upcoming Block Development Council elections, that the party is not going to contest these elections unless and until the party leaders are not released. With cameraman Farooq Ahmed Ashrafani for India Today in Srinagar.
So let's listen in now what other political reactions have come in on this story.
आज़ाद भारत है, इसमें ऐसा भी कोई नहीं है कि ये लोग कोई आतंकी हैं या कोई उपद्रवी नेता हैं। इनका एक अपना दृष्टिकोण हो सकता है सरकार के किसी भी कदम में, और जमहूरियत में, लोकतंत्र में अगर अलग दृष्टिकोण नहीं होगा तो लोकतंत्र किस लिए है? उनके लोकतंत्र पे, उनके दृष्टिकोण पे सरकार को सहमत हो नहीं हो, उनको लगे ठीक है नहीं, वो अलग बात है। लेकिन इस तरीके से नज़रबंद किसी को करके रखना, ये तो एक डरी हुई सरकार की निशानी होती है।
What we find difficult to understand is the gag orders placed on those who have this meeting. They are supposed not to make any political statement. We do not see the logic of this. If people have met, and in a democracy people are free to meet, and people are free also to voice their opinion as they deem fit, why has this gag order been placed?
Just weeks to go for Maharashtra Assembly elections, and it is the RA forest that has turned into a flashpoint in Mumbai. Thousands of trees have been felled in the RA milk colony despite protests and outrage. Now the felling of trees is underway to build a metro car shed. A lawyer and protester, Rohan Dorde, who was detained earlier, has now been released. Earlier student delegation also had gone to the Apex Court to meet Chief Justice of India seeking intervention against felling of these trees. Meanwhile, protests already breaking out after the BBM chief Prakash Ambedkar was detained by police when he tried to enter into the RA site. Prakash Ambedkar has slammed the government, questioning why did they not prefer the alternative land suggested by the committee. The issue has triggered a massive political war, with BJP ally Shiv Sena upping the ante against Devendra Fadnavis' government. Interestingly, Aditya Thackeray has termed this government action against protesters as dictatorial.
They are just watching what happened there because all barricades and all the things are there. So yesterday I asked them, so that incident was happened at midnight, day before yesterday. On tomorrow and yesterday they came to the in the police in the court. Immediately on today we moved to the high session courts at 12th number court, and there my senior colleague is Advocate Aditya Bambulkar who argue for them, and they release on the bail and 7,000 cash bail.
How long will it take for these people to come out now, 29 of them?
Today or might be tomorrow afternoon.
We expect that Honorable Chief Justice takes cognizance in this matter. Tomorrow when the court reopens, if Chief Justice is not there, we will request Justice Deepak Gupta or any second senior most judge to take cognizance in this matter. We are planning to come tomorrow as well in the Supreme Court and list the urgent hearing for stay as soon as possible.
See, we are protesting against the demolition of trees. After 6 o'clock, no construction work can be started, nothing can be destroyed. Goregaon is a lifeline of Mumbai. As sea is a lifeline, Goregaon is a lifeline. We would like this land to remain as open. There is an alternative land which has been suggested by the committee at Pukroli, which is 180 acres. We are asking the government, why are you not interested in this land? Rather than this, it's a intention of this government to hand over this land to the builders.
All right, let's take a live update now from Mumbai. Vidya is joining me live. Vidya, what is the current status? It's become a political face-off, but how do you see the situation panning out right now? Are the trees still being cut?
The tree felling and the chopping of the trees is still going on. In fact, I am joined by Mr. Bhoir, whose wife was also arrested on Friday night. And you also stay in RA. Sir, आप RA में ही रहते हैं, तो क्या अभी भी वहाँ पेड़ के काटने का काम चल रहा है क्या?
हाँ, मैंने सुना कि चल रहा है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे कोई किसी को छोड़ता भी नहीं है. वहाँ पे जो एक माहौल बना हुआ है, तो आदिवासी जो पाड़े में लोग रहते हैं, 27 पाड़ा वहाँ पे है, हर एक पाड़े को बाहर निकल से मना कर दिया है. कुछ पाड़े जो आसपास में है, वहाँ पे तो पूरे पुलिस का बैरिकेड लगाया हुआ है, और वहाँ
मतलब आप लोग का अंदर चलना भी
बंद हो गया. और बाहर आना है तो आपको एक आइडेंटिटी कार्ड लेके जाना है, और वो भी महत्वपूर्ण काम होगा तो ही आप बाहर जा सकते हैं. ऐसी स्थिति वहाँ पे.
आप क्या बोलकर निकले? आप क्या नहीं बोले?
नहीं, मैं तो मेरा जो पाड़ा है केल्टी पाड़ा, वो एक साइड में है, जो बाहर से एक रास्ता है, रोड से कोई जा नहीं सकता। एक हमारा पैर से चलने के लिए एक रास्ता है, वहाँ से हम लोग निकल के यहाँ पे आए हैं। कुछ लोग यहाँ पे अभी आदिवासी लोग आए, वो भी ऐसे चोरी चुप के वहाँ से निकले हुए हैं और यहाँ पे आए हुए हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ पे स्थिति ऐसी है कि जहाँ पे हमारा बिरसा मुंडा चौक है और वहाँ पे जो मेट्रो का काम हो रहा है, वहाँ पे तो जैसे कि मानो वहाँ पे पुलिस की छावनी खड़ी कर दी गई, तो भी हमें पता भी नहीं चल रहा है, लेकिन आसपास के जो पाड़े के लोग बोलते हैं कि काम वहाँ पे चल रहा है करके।
So as you heard, Pooja, entire chopping of trees is still going on. People who live inside RA find it extremely difficult. It's almost like a Kashmir-like situation where, as they say, they are not able to move out of their homes. The communication inside between village hutman communities, that's itself has broken down, and it's extremely difficult walking in RA right now, even for those who reside inside it.
All right, so some restrictions there have been put, a lot of protests, and remember the administration is saying they have a plan, alternative plan to again plant more trees. Vidya, thank you so much. Now, as that massive protest continues, visuals are on your screen. The felling of trees of RA also is near completion. Almost 2,200 trees will be chopped down by today evening. On Friday, the Bombay High Court rejected the pleas challenging the axing of these trees, and just hours after that verdict, authorities immediately started to axe the trees on Friday night itself, paving the way for a metro shed. RA colony is known as Mumbai's last green lung. The state government had told the court on 20th September that RA cannot be declared a forest just because of its greenery. The Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation had argued in court that project was of a paramount importance for the city. All right, let's see a ground report here that's been sent by my colleague Vidya from Ground Zero. Take a look.
We are right now in the Powai area of RA. Right here you can see the group of people here are protesting against the chopping of trees, the cutting down of trees. There are a lot of them still being taken into detention. This particular road that you see is the one which leads to RA, and the entire road has been blocked, which is the reason why the protests are right now happening right here. So as you heard, some of their own people have been detained, which is the reason why these people here are protesting. With cameraman Vijay Desai in Mumbai, Vidya for India Today.
All right, so that is the citizen group protesting. What are the political reactions coming in? Listen into this.
If you have won a court case, why do you need to do it at night? You need to deploy 2,700 cops to cut down 2,700 trees, plus you're arresting 21-year-olds, putting cases on them. This is absolute shameful behavior from the MMRCL. I've been speaking to the people, and I think the government should be heard. The ego of one or two people in MMRCL will take this government to shame, is what I am saying today and what everyone's saying today.
Moving on now, for India's grand old party, the Congress, 2019 defeat was just the beginning of a never-ending series of internal implosions, confusion and rebellion, all that out in the open now. And this just ahead of Maharashtra and Haryana elections weeks away. Congress party units in election-bound states are witnessing a mega breakdown. What's been happening within the opposition? Here's a report.
One Congress unit after another in poll-bound states staring at meltdown. And no state has a bigger implication for plummeting fortunes of the party like crucial Maharashtra, where an ugly war of words has now erupted. It was first a no-holds-barred attack on Sonia loyalists by veteran Sanjay Nirupam, handpicked by former chief Rahul Gandhi.
कि कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष के प्रति हमारे मन में बहुत विश्वास है, आस्था है, श्रद्धा है। उनके ऊपर हमको कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, लेकिन उनके आसपास जो लोग बैठे हुए हैं, वो लोग एक अरसे से पूरे कांग्रेस पार्टी को अपने चंगुल में रखे।
On Sunday, former Chief Minister Ashok Chavan hit back, terming Nirupam frustrated after failure. Sanjay Nirupam had earlier personally targeted Sonia loyalist Mallikarjun Kharge. The heavyweight too hurled the frustrated jibe.
खड़गे जी के बारे में ऐसा है कि हम जब उनसे मिलने गए पिछले 1 साल में, तो सबसे पहले वो 1 घंटा अपना दुख सुनाते हैं कि कैसे उनको 3 बार मुख्यमंत्री बनने का चांस था लेकिन नहीं बनने दिया गया, और एकदम से डिसइंटरेस्टेड, पार्टी में कोई इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, हमारे क्या इश्यूज हैं, क्या मसाइल हैं, उसके ऊपर क्या काम किया जाए, कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है।
कभी किसी को मिलता है, किसी को नहीं मिलता है, इसीलिए आउट ऑफ फ्रस्ट्रेशन करने की कोई बात नहीं है।
Sanjay Nirupam is not alone. Former Haryana Congress chief Ashok Tawar, a Rahul loyalist, has resigned from the party, citing differences with Bhupendra Hooda, considered close to Sonia Gandhi.
The letter which you have written clearly it states that there is a conspiracy against all those people who were groomed by Rahul Gandhi. Do you believe that's the case?
Yeah, definitely. The way people have been removed who were appointed by Rahul ji. So this is a clear indication that something is going on wrong in the Congress party.
Congress has also seen tussle between Chief Minister Kamal Nath in Sindhya in Madhya Pradesh and between CM Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan. Among the Young Turks versus Old Guard fight and approaching state polls, Rahul Gandhi is abroad yet again. Claims he's vacationing in Bangkok like in the past.
Elections are round the corner, but there seems to be no end to the internal squabbles within the Congress party. Big and known names of the Congress party are making headlines for all the wrong reasons. In such a scenario, one wonders whether Congress will be able to pose any resistance to the mighty BJP-Shiv Sena alliance. With camera person Rakesh Salaskar, this is Pankaj Upadhyay reporting for India Today.
And while speaking to India Today, senior Congress leader Bhupendra Hooda also decided to slam the Bharatiya Janata Party. Listen in.
5 साल पहले जो हरियाणा में बीजेपी की सरकार बनी तो इसने बहुत सारे वायदे किए थे लोगों से। इनका घोषणा पत्र आप देखेंगे तो 154 के करीब वायदे किए थे, अलग अलग वर्गों के लिए, जैसे किसान के लिए किए, गरीब आदमी के लिए किए, व्यापारी के लिए किए, कर्मचारियों के लिए किए। और 5 साल हमारे को भी उम्मीद थी कि नई सरकार बनी है हरियाणा में, वायदे किए हैं, पूरा करेंगे, बहुत आशा थी लोगों को, लेकिन वो आशा निराशा में बदल चुकी है क्योंकि एक भी वायदा इन्होंने पूरा नहीं किया।
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.